Hi, em xin chào tất cả các anh chị. Hello everybody. Today is the 17th of September, and we're gonna continue our journey of telling the pain story. But before that, let me update you a little bit of Hanoi weather today, okay? Again, Hanoi has a very beautiful weather today. It's actually a bit sunny, but it still feel very nice. It's sunny, but it's not too hot. And then it's a bit breezy in the morning too, so it feels really wonderful. And unfortunately, I actually working at home today, so I was able to take my children to school today as well to walk my dog with my husband. And it is actually feel very, very nice. So I'm very looking forward to, having this beautiful weather in the next months or so. So that's the update for Hanoi weather today. And we're going to start with the pen story, okay? What is this? It's the pen. What do we use the pen for? To write. Now there is a dog inside the room. I'm gonna read this in front of the dog. What does the dog do? The dog probably will sniff, lick, or chew this, right? Does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So for the dog, this one is not a pen, but for the human, this one is a pen. So who is correct? The dog or the human? The answer is both are correct. For the dog, this one is a chewing toy, while for the human, this one is a pen to write. The dog is correct in the dog world, and the human is also correct in the human world. So that is our first lesson. Both are correct. Now we all agree that both are correct. Now let's imagine that there is a table in front of me. So I'm gonna put this thing on the table and then both the dog and I will walk out the room. So inside the room there be no human, no dog. What does this thing become? It is still a pen or chewing toy. Or this one becomes almost nothing, and the ancient wisdom comes from us, the emptiness. The emptiness is actually a very magical definition. As we understand the emptiness, we'll be able to achieve anything in our life, just like Shin Michael Roach applied the emptiness into his business and was able to build business with revenue of $250 million a year. He's also able to help several refugees. So what is the emptiness? Why is that so magical? Let's go back to the page story, okay? So this thing is currently on the table, and when there is no human, no dog, and nothing to interact with, it it come back to true self, and we call it the emptiness. So the emptiness is not nothingness. This is not blackness. This is not darkness. This is not no feeling or sadness or happiness. None of that. It's just itself with no one, nothing to interact with. Just like us, when we are by ourselves, we do not interact with anyone. We do not interact with anything. So that's what the emptiness is. It's just ourselves. Okay. But then, as soon as I go back into the room and I look at this becomes a pen. When the dog come back to the room and the dog look at this becomes a chewing toy. And when both the dog and I come back to the room at the very same time, and we both look at this at the very same time, what does this thing become? It becomes too thin, a pen for me and a chewing toy for the dog. So a single thing, okay? When there is no one to interact with, it come back to true self, we call it the emptiness. But it also has the potential of become anything or anyone depending on who or what is looking at that at the very moment. So that is our second lesson. Along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. Now I see this as a pen. So does this pen coming from me or does this pen coming from the thing itself? This pen is actually coming from me. Why am I so certain? Because if this thing is a pen itself, then the dog or anything in this entire universe will have to see it for what it is, which is a pen. But does the dog see this one as a pen? No. So this pen is actually coming from me. This pen is actually coming from my mind. And everything is actually coming from our mind. So that is our third lesson. Everything is actually coming from our mind. Now we all agree that this pen is coming from my mind, right? So I'm gonna change my mind and I'm gonna wish that this one become a diamond. Okay, so please pray with me. diamond, diamond, diamond. Open my eyes. It's still a pen. So what in my mind that forced me to see this as a pen but not a diamond? They all see it inside our mind that the ancient wisdom calls us karma. When we see something that sit inside our mind pop up, open up and cover this and made us see it for what had been planted early into our mind. So who planted those seed into our mind then? Only you can plant the seed into your mind and only I can plant the seed into my mind. How can we do it? We do it by three ways: by our word, by our actions, by our thoughts, especially toward other people. So for instance, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna say that I have the pen. Would you like to have this pen? And when my friend say yes, please, I'd be so happy to give this to my friend with the hope that I can help my friend. So when I give this to my friend, this palm will open up. And both me and my friend will see it. A solid mark in my mind. A couple days later, when I see this, I recognize this one as a pen, which means that the seed of the pen has not been planted into my mind. And now it pop up, open up, and cover this, and made me see it for what had been planted only into my mind, which is a pen. And this is how a pen become a pen. Anything surround us become what and who they are to us. In the page story, there are several meaningful lessons. Today, we went over 4 different lessons, okay? The first lesson is both are correct. So we learn to respect each other's opinion, we learn to respect each other's choices, and we learn to listen to each other with a compassionate heart. But aside from that, or before that, listen to other people. We should listen to ourselves first. We should acknowledge ourselves. Try to understand ourselves, where we come from, and respect ourselves for what we are, what we really are, what we try to do. Once you be able to do that to yourself, you'll be able to cultivate the respect, the love, the understanding within yourself. That is when you'll be able to find the home within yourself, the anchor within yourself, and you'll be able to do that to other people. So, so when we learn this lesson is actually a very important lesson to get to achieve happiness in any type of relationship. But I think it's very important to find the peace, the happiness within ourselves first before we start spreading it to other people. And before we start giving the happiness as well as receiving the happiness of to other people by respecting them, by knowing that they are, for some reason, always correct in their own mind. The second lesson is, again, along with the emptiness, we all have limitless potential. So we learn to trust our potential. We learn to trust, the potential of everyone or everything surround us. And we learn to work toward that potential. The very important part of this is that, this lesson is actually built on the first lesson. So once you be able to understand yourself, understand each other people, understand other people, we learn to respect each other, we learn to respect, know where we come from, or where we all come from, why we do that. Then first we learn to respect and accept the emptiness within ourselves. Okay? So once we learn to accept the emptiness, what we truly are when we do not interact with anyone, our strength, our weaknesses, that is when we'll be able to perceive all that. And we perceive the potential of what we can do, what other people can be. And that is when we work toward that direction to get to the best potential of what we can do, where we can be, and we can do to other people. And that going to the third lesson is everything is actually coming from the seed inside our mind. So we be 100% responsible to whatever happened to ourselves. We don't blame anyone. Because in the end, we are the only one who can plant the seed into our mind using our word or action, our thoughts toward other people. And this is actually a very important lesson because it's, we learn to be responsible to ourselves. We learn to be active, proactive with ourselves. And with that, we take charge of ourselves. We know that we can do whatever we can. And then if something not good happened to us, it's not because of anyone, but it's because of what we have been doing in the past. And we also, You know, if we want to change it, we always have the capability to do it. We just have to trust ourselves and we keep moving toward that direction using our word or action, our thought, going to that direction. Okay. And the fourth lesson is how to incorporate all those three lessons into building or creating our dream life in a very certain way. So first, you have to know what you want to create to achieve in your dream life using the second lesson, the potential. Okay, and the emptiness. And then we start planting those seeds using our word, our action, our thoughts to other people. So if you want to have a happiness, then you start planting the happiness seed using our word or action and thoughts to other people, helping other people to be happier. And if we want to have prosperity, then we use our word or action and thought toward other people, helping other people to be happier and healthier. And just like that, whatever that you want to make sure that you use your word, your action, your thoughts to other people, helping other people to get that seed. And that is a very, very secure way for you to plant the seed into your mind and to secure that that seed's gonna sprout up when you and then you're gonna receive that in one of these days. A very important lesson we should learn, we should know that, once the seed get, we're gonna harvest what we planted, okay? However, when we're gonna harvest that, that is actually depend on several factors. It's not just ourselves, okay? So we know that we're gonna harvest that, but don't think that, today I do a good deed, tomorrow I'm gonna receive that good deed. It's not going to happen that way. It doesn't work that way. So just believe that we keep doing the good thing gonna come back to us. Okay, that's the logic, that the law of the universe. But it will happen. When it happens, we should know. Okay, and the lesson that I would like to share with you all today is that um, this morning, no, actually, my husband doesn't feel well for since yesterday. Um, but and I've been doing my best to take care of him. And throughout the process, I feel very happy because I was able to take care of my dearest husband. And then when he get better, I actually feel a lot better too. I also feel the fact that we going through this together. We get sick together. We take care of each other. And this is what bonding our relationship, when you actually feeling you're actually going through the thing with each other, and we get each other to be healthier, to be happier. And it's just a very, very happy feeling. Going through hardship and then getting to a happier, a healthier status. But the fact that we're going through hardship together is something very fulfilling, fulfilling actually, and very satisfying, knowing that we're going through it together and we are doing the good thing. So thank you so much everyone for listening to me today. Thank you, Anu, for accompanying me in this 2000-day journey. And if by me share with you the pain, show you our lesson is something good, I would like to dedicate that to my dearest family, to my friends, to my coworkers, to my clients, to any living things in this world and any other world, with love, wisdom, and gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone. Have beautiful days. Bye bye.